A huge fire has broken out at a Moscow skyscraper. Loud explosions have been heard amid the blaze at Lebedev Institute of Precision Mechanics and Computer Engineering this evening, potentially from exploding helium cylinders kept on site. The institute is said to be involved in Russia's defense sector. No casualties have been reported, and firefighters are working to put out the blaze, according to local reports. It develops high-performance computing systems used to ensure national security, geoinformation, and navigation systems. In December 2023, due to the invasion of Ukraine, the institute was included in the sanctions list of all EU countries and Switzerland. The fire has been assigned an increased level of complexity. The roof and walls of the institute collapsed. 30 people escaped the fire on their own. We still don't know is this an Ukrainian attack, but it is very likely. Daytime formation of the Russian military in the lie-down position.
Что говори? Говори.
Russians tried very hard to protect themselves from drones. They even covered their cars with nets, but it doesn't seem to have helped much.
Один, блядь, пиздец, давай топай.
Another Russian who wanted to make money in the war, but returned home with a serious injury and has to clean the road because he has no salary or benefits.
Neighbor, good afternoon. What are you doing here? Good afternoon. Just standing and relaxing. Cleaning up here. Thinking about working as a janitor. Came back, damn it, from the war. Haven't been paid for 3 months. Damn it. Need to use my own money for treatment. Even though we have damn child benefits. That's how it is. No salary. No compensation for these damn serious injuries. Now there's another month of rehabilitation. Then I'll go back for another injury. But the fact is they don't pay. Everything is fine. Just great. Get treated with your own money. That's our special military operation for you. I'm clearing doorsteps.
Zelenskyy warns that an ill-considered end to the war in Ukraine could lead to an Afghan-style scenario. He emphasized that no agreements about Ukraine should be made without its involvement and called on the U.S. to play a more active role in ending the war, as victory is impossible without their support. He also expressed concern that U.S. proposals, which seem to please Putin, are aiming for a quick resolution, but he clarified that a ceasefire cannot be seen as a success. Any negotiations for a ceasefire must include security guarantees and reaffirmed that Ukraine will not make territorial concessions, he said. Putin claims the start of an offensive on Ukraine from the Kursk region, claiming Russian forces have crossed the border. The latest info I received just an hour ago says that last night, the 810th Brigade crossed the Russia-Ukraine border, he stated. Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation already refuted Putin's claims, calling it a plain lie.
On the line of combat contact. Well, the latest information that was reported to me literally an hour ago. Tonight, fighters of the 810th Brigade crossed the border between the Russian Federation and Ukraine and entered enemy territory. And along the entire line of combat contact, our troops are advancing.
France's Foreign Minister Barrett says the issue of sending Western troops to Ukraine will be considered only after a peace agreement is reached. He also confirmed that the EU is preparing its 16th package of sanctions targeting Russia's energy sector. North Korean security services are telling their troops stationed in Russia's Kursk Oblast that they are fighting against both the Ukrainian and South Korean militaries. South Korean newspaper Chosun Daily reported, citing captured North Korean soldiers. 2 North Korean prisoners of war, captured by Ukrainian forces last month, spoke exclusively to Chosun Daily at a prisoner of war camp in Ukraine. One of the captives admitted that he and his fellow soldiers believed they were fighting South Korean troops, which heightened their morale and aggression. Each battalion, consisting of about 500 soldiers, was monitored by 1 or 2 officers from North Korea's State Security Ministry, one of the prisoners said. These officers oversaw ideological training and discipline. They reportedly informed their soldiers that Ukrainian drone operators were South Korean military personnel. Seoul has not provided military aid to Kyiv since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion. Up to 12,000 North Korean troops were deployed to Kursk Oblast last fall to support Russian forces in countering a Ukrainian incursion launched in August 2024. Their journey to Russia took several months, with a group of 2,500 North Koreans departing on October 10, 2024, traveling by train, then by plane, and finally by bus to Kursk, where they arrived in mid-December, according to one of the captives. The other captured soldier, a sniper trained for reconnaissance, said contact between North Korean troops and Russian forces was minimal, with interaction mainly occurring at the command level for ammunition, supplies, and equipment. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy previously reported that North Korean forces fighting for Russia had suffered 4,000 casualties, with two-thirds of the losses being soldiers killed. Ukraine's military intelligence chief, Kirilo Budanov, attributed the high losses to North Korea's lack of combat experience and its use of human wave attacks with limited equipment. Ukraine's cross-border incursion into Kursk Oblast in August 2024 initially seized 1,300 square kilometers, 500 square miles, of Russian territory. While Ukrainian forces have since lost roughly half that area due to Russian counterattacks, they recently advanced 2.5 kilometers, 1.5 miles, in a renewed offensive. The Security Service of Ukraine and the National Police have detained accomplices in a terrorist attack in Mykolaiv on February 14th this year, ordered by Russia. Ukrainian servicemen were killed in the explosion. Russian special services used a resident of the Poltava region to blow up a car with explosives near a cafe in the center of Mykolaiv. As a result of the explosion, a woman and 3 soldiers were killed on the spot, and 7 other people sustained injuries of varying severity. SSUCI detained the accomplices in hot pursuit. They were 4 underage residents of Poltava district aged 14 to 17. The Russians recruited them via telegram channels in search of easy money. Following the instructions of Russian special services, the young men made an improvised explosive device, hid it in a backpack, and gave it to a 42-year-old resident of a neighboring village. In exchange for a promise of quick money from Russia, the woman came to Mykolaiv to allegedly hand over a bag of money to a local resident, the SSU said. Unaware that she was carrying a disguised explosive, she approached the parking lot of a cafe where a group of Ukrainian soldiers were standing. As soon as the woman approached them, Russian special services remotely activated the explosive device via a call to her cell phone. The SSU reported that the enemy had prepared in advance the elimination of its agent as an unnecessary witness to the terrorist attack. Meanwhile, after preparing and transferring the explosives, the juvenile offenders lay low in their homes, where they were waiting for money from the invaders. Ukrainian law enforcement officers detained them there. During the searches, cell phones with evidence of contacts with the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, as well as components for the manufacture of an explosive device, were seized from them. Currently, 4 persons were served a notice of suspicion under Part 2, Article 28, Part 3, Article 258 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, terrorist act committed by prior conspiracy by a group of persons, which resulted in the death of people. The perpetrators are in custody. They face life imprisonment.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.